Evil Empire, laughing all the way to the bank. Too sweet!
Alright, what is up guys, 112 here, and as I teased in the community tab for the channel, the next video I was going to do was my overview of the Hasbro Victory Royale series, the Fortnite line, excuse me. But real quick, I just want to show you, this was from my little birthday trip that I made to Ollie's, and call it a birthday miracle, call it birthday luck. But basically what had happened, I went to this Ollie's that was closest to me, and I wasn't expecting to really find anything, but I turned the corner to check the regular toy aisle to see what they had, and of course right in the toy aisle was the same type of motherfucker that I was talking about in the Enough is Enough video. Had a whole case of Joes and 5 Crimson Guards stacked on top. And I met eyes with him and he met eyes with me. And he scuttled his ass right out of that aisle. So he knew exactly what he was doing. So of course, I stopped the nearest Ollie's employee that was near me, and of course, the golden rule, treat others how you want to be treated, politely asked if those are the only classified series, the G.I. Joe figures that they had. He was kind enough to walk me to near the back of the store on a pallet that he was unloading, and sure enough, they had a couple of cases of classified series, so I was able to pick up 2 Crimson Guards for myself and a Zorana. I was able to pick up 2 Crimson Guards for my man Mock, aka FC Toys, and I was able to grab the last 2 Sergeant Slaughters they had so I could help out Papa Strident here on YouTube, and I could help my man DX Punk out since he always looks out for me. So, you know, this is just an example of what I was preaching in the Enough is Enough video. You know, you practice what you preach, you know. This is the type of mentality that we should be having in this hobby, is that we shouldn't be having well, I wouldn't say we, a majority of what I've seen in the community shouldn't be a fuck everyone mentality. It should be a, you know, oh, they have this, let me indulge a little bit on this, but also share some of this indulgence with some of my other collector friends or some of the other folks in the community that are, you know, that want to take part in this. You know what I mean? So, you know, actually what had happened was I had grabbed 3 Crimson Guards, and it was right before I had left. I had messaged SME Toys and asked him if he was looking for anything, because they didn't have any more of the Sergeant Slaughters, and he asked me, or I asked him if he was looking for any of the Crimson Guards, and he didn't find any in his area, and he doesn't have an Ollie's, so I said, well, I can go inside and I can grab you one if you want me to real quick before we leave. And you know, he was kind enough to let me know that he wanted to, so I picked up one for him and I gave him my extra one. So I will be shipping that out soon to him, that way he can get those in his collection and he can enjoy them. So you know, just wanted to share that little bit of positivity. You know, like I said, call it a birthday miracle, call it birthday luck. You know, but you know, I just really enjoy, you know, helping others out in the community, helping my collector friends out in the community when I can. You know, it feels like it's an extra win for me. Like, I'm more excited to find shit that they're looking for and help them out than I am for myself. You know what I mean? It's like a nice serotonin boost. But anyway, getting back on track, the Victor Royale series. Man, this is a bittersweet line, man, because I really enjoyed almost everything they put out into this line. Granted, there was a couple of characters that they did where I was like, not really feeling those designs. You know, they're just kind of like, yeah, you know, not really feeling those. But for the most part, everything that they put in this line, I really enjoyed. And being able to go to Ollie's and, you know, have these be there at, you know, the amazingly discounted prices that they are, just makes it even sweeter. It makes the wait even more worth it. And there's not a single one that I've bought that I regret picking up. I was even able to double up on some of these characters because I had lost the accessories in between the most recent move. So, you know, I was able to double up on those, and now I have extras in case, you know, something happens to these. Because we all know the quality that Hasbro puts out for some of their figures. It's questionable. Sometimes it's questionable. But yeah, I've just had a lot of fun with these, man. I've just had a lot of fun with these. And with that being said, though, let me go ahead and jump right into this video, and we can talk about this line. Okay. So, real quick, I just want to apologize if any smoker coughs or sniffles make it into this video. I'm still getting sick. I've gotten over like 3/4 of it. I'm still dealing with the congestion and all that stuff. But anyway, I've been wanting to sit down and do this video for quite a while. Because a lot of people don't talk about this line, and I feel like it's a shame because there's so much good that came from this line, from just the few waves that were able to be produced, that every single figure that I'm about to show you, I have zero regrets purchasing. And there are very few times where I say that about a figure, because there's always something that is wrong with the figure. But with these that I'm about to show you, I have no complaints. There's not a single complaint with any of these figures. They're all quality. They're all quality, and that is something that you will very rarely hear me say on this channel. And I only review stuff that I like. So, with that being said, let's get into this. So, of course, we can't look at these without talking about what came before. And what came before is what Jazzwares gave us. So this is the Dark Voyager. He was one of the last few to get produced before Jazzwares lost the license. As you can tell, he's very detailed. There's a lot going on. I don't know why his backpack is sideways. It wasn't like that. you can see there's a lot of detail. You can even see his face. See how that is? Depending on where the light hits the helmet, the visor on the helmet, you can actually see me right there. Hello. Um, but yeah, you can see his little eyes right there. But yeah, man, these were really quality figures. The only thing that held them back, well, depending on the figure, because there were some that had some questionable articulation, but the main thing that was holding these figures back was the hands. The hands had the hinges in them. I'll show you it better on Meowscles here. This was the other one that I could find. I was able to dig him up. Let me zoom in here so you can see that. See how his hands, he has those weird hinges in his hands. For some reason, they decided that needed to be done with these. But it's not necessary at all. And I don't know why they did that, but they did it. And so I'm very confused as to why that was a process that needed to happen. I get maybe it was because they wanted it to be universal where you could be able to hold his weapons and, his pickaxe and whatever other stuff you gave him, but just regular molded hands are fine. You don't need to get all fancy with it, because articulated hands like that, they never work out. Like Toy Biz is an example of how they don't work out. But yeah, these figures were $20. And they came with a pickaxe, a backpack, some type of weapon, and they would come with like a couple of healing things, like a mushroom or a med kit, either a half pot or a 50 pot is what we call them in the game, or something like that, something different, or some weird little object. And so there's still a couple of these that I never found, like the Black Knight. I think I found one time, and I never saw him again. Eventually, I'll add him to the collection. And then I think there was a couple of other ones like X Lord and what was it called, like Scavenge X Lord or something like that, or Rust Lord, I think was his name, Rust Lord. And the Ghoul Trooper, because I have that skin. It's a fun skin. And stuff like that. They were just really fun figures. They were $20. You could find them everywhere. Well, the last few waves, it was a hit or miss as to where those ended up, but for the most part, the first couple of waves, you could find them at Walmart, Target. You could get them on Amazon for regular price, stuff like that. So, but I just wanted to show you what came before, because these walked so that these could run. Excuse me. So Dark Voyager was one of the last ones that I picked up from Jazzwares before they lost the license, and Midas Rex was the first one that I picked up when Hasbro got the license. He was in the very first wave. The first wave was him, Lynx, Chaos Agent, and Ripley. And then they had done they had done 2 deluxe figures. They did Sky and they did a Shadow Meowscles, which is like this guy, but he looks evil. Like his color is, he has like gray fur and his eyes are red and he just looks really angry. And that one came with like a weight bench and some fun accessories. Midas Rex was the first one I got, and then Lynx was the second, because I pre-ordered them when they first came out. Those are the only 2 that interested me, because I didn't start playing Fortnite until after I started picking these up. But this figure surprised the shit out of me when I got him in hand. I was Very surprised at the engineering, the articulation. There was not a single thing that was wrong with him that I could find. And same thing with Lynx. Lynx was one of the first, I think, that had. I can't remember if she had double jointed elbows or if she had single jointed elbows. I can't remember because I know some of them had single jointed elbows and then they started integrating the pinless double jointed elbows with the Fortnite stuff, and then they started doing it with classified series. But I can't remember if it was her or Sky was the first. But she was a really solid figure too. She came with one of my favorite guns. I need to get a new one because I don't know where she went. She must have gotten lost in the move. But she came with this submachine gun. This is a P90. It is one of my favorite submachine guns. I use this in Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2. It is one of my favorite compact SMGs. I love that gun. But anyway, yeah, she came with that. She came with a backpack, a pickaxe. So you got all that for $20, and then with Midas Rex, you got his pickaxe, the backpack. He came with this extra head, which has you can see the review. I did a review on. Wow, what is going on here? There we go. He came with this extra head. You can see his eyes are sculpted in there. And the paint is really clean on that too. If you want a more in-depth look on him, I actually did a review on him. He was like one of the only Fortnite figures I did a review on. Yeah, he was awesome. He still is awesome. And then the third figure I got was Sky, which you can see back here. I have both versions of her, both versions that Hasbro did. The regular one and then the ghost version. I had gotten her on. Actually, that was a birthday present to myself. Like, the year that I got Midas Rex, I was like, oh yeah, it's game on with this line. But for the deluxe figures, what they were charging, I was like, ooh, yeah, hell no. 40 something dollars? No, I'm gonna play the waiting game on that shit. So I did. I got her on sale on Amazon and she came the next day, opened her up. She was awesome. I think I have pictures, hopefully. I'll put in the intro that you can see. But I had her with the little flight stand and I had her sitting on Ollie, like you can have in the game. But I had lost Holly and I lost her accessories, but sure enough, at my job they had her and TNTina on sale. I had picked up Sky for $4. If you could believe that, $4. Yeah, I wasn't passing it up. So I've had her sitting in her plastic prison until now. That could open her up and show you all of her accessories and stuff like that. But I will definitely be sitting down and doing a review on her for sure. Because she was one of those that a review was planned and then it just never happened. Yeah, she is just an amazing figure. Her articulation is just on point, and she's a very fun looking figure too. She reminds me very much of Link from Zelda. That was what I was getting from her design. And I think that's what they were going for because of the whole little shield on her backpack and then the little obvious Nintendo Switch and the little potion back here, or her little water bottle or potion. She has these little pins on her backpack, little patches. And then the swords that she comes with are very obvious, like Legend of Zelda looking swords. I have one of them right here. You can see. See that? Can't tell me that's not Zelda. She came with two of these. I don't know why, because you can only slot one of them in the backpack. But I'm not too sure why she came with two of them, but she did. Um, and yeah, it's cool because she can hold like almost all of her accessories. And then the other thing she came with was this little um, what do you call it? Um, Little suction cup gun, which actually came back since we went back to the OG season recently. So these have come back. They're a pain in the ass. They don't really work the way that you think they do. But yeah, she came with this. But yeah, that is everything that she came with, which is awesome, especially for $4. Like that's awesome. I think she's like $9.99 or something like that at Ollie's. So she's either like $7.99 or like $9.99 or something like that. So yeah, for all that, this is a really good deal. So and it's a damn shame because like every time I go to Ollie's, they have like an abundance of her. She just sits there. I'm just like, fuck, dude, that sucks because like she's such a good figure and like everyone passes all of these up for like the classified series shit, and it's like, yeah, classified series is dope and all, but like these are kind of more dope. You know what I mean? Like they're just like better engineered and shit. So I really really enjoy. Um, I just really enjoy these figures, man. They're just really dope. And then this version of her, Ghost Sky. If I remember correctly, the battle pass that she came from, which I think is chapter 2, season 4, I think, was the secret agent season. That was the one that had like Deadpool in it and stuff. Um, I think if you did the quests, well, you had to pick a side. It was either the ghost or the shadow agency, the ghost agency or the shadow agency. And if you did all the quests for them, they gave you the style for all the characters in the battle pass. So if you did the ghost one, you got Ghost Sky and TNTino, which they did a version of her. I never saw her in the store, so I'm hoping at some point Ollie's picks her up because I wouldn't mind getting that version of her because I actually like the colors on that one. Pretty nice. Um, but this one, I love these colors, man. They're very GI Joe colors, and I love it. And she was only $7.99, I think. And originally she was like $25. Again, you're still getting the same quality figure, just a little bit of different paint for the pants. They're like camo pants, which I really like. The laces, I think, are the same color on boots. Um, you get the Ghost Agency, the logo on her backpack. The Nintendo Switch has like a little bit of different paint. I know that's not, well, they can't call it a Nintendo Switch, but like let's be honest, that's exactly what that is. Um, the sword is a different color. The water bottle I think has less paint. And then her cap is a different color too. But still a great sculpt, man. And I stuck her with a Valorverse weapon because she didn't come with like any gun or anything like that. So yeah, I gave her that, and she's awesome. She's really cool. I've had a lot of fun taking pictures with her, and it's funny because the same day that I found her was the same day that I found these, which are also really cool. The arcade machines. These are like $1.99, and I think the Ollie's that I went to still has these. They're $1.99. You get like 3 weapons in them. You get 3 weapons, I think. And the cool thing about these is that they scale with 1/12 scale figures. Like, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to grab like the most. I'm going to grab the most appropriate figure for this. I'm going to grab Chunners here. So you can see, like, these are actually in scale with the 1/12 scale figures. So, for you customizers, you Dio people, you want to spice up your background or something like that for your videos or your pictures or whatever, man, all these, man. Get you like 2 or 3 of these, get some acetone and strip the decals, and get some spray paint this shit, and paint it up the way you want to. You want to like graffiti it. You want to put like Marvel vs. Capcom decals on here, Street Fighter decals, whatever you want to do, man, go for it. These are, they're dope. And like I said, you get weapons with them. Like these ones came with these. So yeah, it came with one of these pistols. It came with this pistol. It came with like this weird snowball grenade, which is probably going to come back during Christmas. One of those, and then it came with that grenade launcher that you see right here with Sky. I think it's either a grenade launcher or it's a shockwave launcher or something like that. But yeah, man, the $1.99, man, for 3 of those weapons. That's fantastic. Like, especially during this time, like I said in my Enough is Enough video, where we're in an economic recession, and you kind of have to, where not only is everyday life getting more expensive, it seems like each day, but also like collecting itself is getting more expensive each day, especially when Hasbro and these other big companies want to jack up the prices. That's why a lot of us cut back on a lot of the lines that we started collecting, like whether it was during the pandemic or before the pandemic or after the pandemic. Like a lot of those lines we just cut back on, like wrestling figures. Like I cut significantly back on that shit because they got too expensive. The distribution hasn't gotten better, and like the quality that you're getting for the price is just not, it's not worth it. Like this entire year, I think I've only gotten 2 wrestling figures. Or no, I'd say three, because I got the Supreme Collection Kenny, the Walmart one, and then I got EO, Sky, and whatever newest Darby Allin came out that I saw. Yeah, like I've significantly cut back on figures, unless it's at a discount. So that's just how it is now, man. But yeah, those little vending machines are dope. Those are going to be a cool little side project for me. But the same day that I found her and the same day I found those vending machines was the same day that I found these. You can kind of see one poking his head out right there on the side. These raptors, I remember seeing these when they were in the store. I actually even remember seeing them at work, and I looked at the price and I was like, oh hell no, no one is going to pay that for these. And sure enough, no one did, and so they ended up either getting clearanced, or if they couldn't sell when they got clearance, they all got liquidated and they all ended up at Ollie's. So yeah, I think these were like $7.99. I think they were like $7.99 because they were the same price as the loot shark. So I think it was the same price as the loot shark, which I'm still debating on that one because it is cool and I technically I could use it for, well, the other thing that I found from this line that is sitting behind all these figures, um, that I will talk about last. But um, yeah, there's just a lot of options. Like the Raptors, I think are like $7.99. So like between the both of them, because there's two different ones. There's the orange one and the yellow one, and each one of them comes with a different thing. Like the orange one comes with this piece of meat that you can use for either the characters, like you can have your figures eat it. I don't know if I can get it to focus. So I don't want to focus on this. Um, there you go. So you can either have your characters eat this, and it's very nicely sculpted too. It's like a ham bone. So you can either have your characters eat this, or you could have the raptors eat it. And then the other thing was the yellow one comes with this chicken, which I think is really funny, and it's actually the same scale with the figures. So it's actually the same size that it is in the game, which I think is really funny. So you can see right there, like it's the same size. Um, so yeah, they're just really cool. The arms move, the legs move, and the head moves. The tails don't move on the Raptors. I don't know why they didn't do that, but yeah, they're still cool though. I really like them, especially for $7. Yeah, that is a win in itself. Um, let's see. We'll talk about TNTina because I've seen her at Ollie's too, and it makes me wish that. Excuse me. It makes me wish that. Wow, and they just all fall. Okay, so that's how we're gonna play the rest of this. Okay. They just all want to be ready. They just don't all. Okay. They just all didn't want to wait their turns, so they just all fall over. That's cool. So TNTina I actually found at actually I got her on clearance like a year or two ago. But if I had known, I probably could have got her cheaper at Ollie's. Because they have her and she comes with the glider. I am pretty sure I threw the glider away because I didn't care about it. You could be like, "Wow, why would you throw away the glider?" Because yeah, I didn't. I don't give a shit about the gliders. I don't use them for that. I use them for like the figures themselves. But she's really cool, man. I really like her. I love her design. She's like very 80s punk looking, and I really like that. Again, she's another skin that was from the Secret Agent season, which I think was chapter 4. Um, and yeah, man, she is really cool. I really, really like her. Her head sculpt is phenomenal too. Like, she just has a lot going on. She's got a little bit of attitude. And then she comes with her backpack, which is cool. That little kaboom one with the little grenade and the little grenades there. She has like this really cool texture on her pants too. I like that. And her little tattoo right there. She has like a little tattoo on her face. She's cool, man. I am gonna stick her with my dreadnoughts from G.I. Joe since I have Zorana and I put Pandora with her. And then Jules, I put her over there too. But like I really like her for that. So, if you're, trying to find people to put in your dreadnoughts ranks, she's definitely one for sure to keep an eye out for. Even if you don't like the glider, you could always sell the glider. Or you could always just throw it away and then just keep the figure like I did. Um, so she's cool, man. Her articulation is great too. Um, really fun figure. I've had a lot of fun with her. I can't remember if I used her for my McFarlane accessory pack review or not, but I remember using her for some review. So you've seen her in the background before, but she's a really fun figure. I really enjoy her. Um, Now we can talk about Jules. Jules, I doubled up on her. She has probably one of the prettiest head sculpts I've seen in this entire line. Like her head sculpt is she just has a very beautiful head sculpt. She's got a couple of freckles. I have really liked her design. I was really bummed when I found out that she was a battle pass skin. This is when I first started playing Fortnite. Um, and I was really bummed, man, because I really like her design. She's like very steampunk looking design, like a fix it type of girl. And she's cool. I put a Valverse holster on her. I'm modding her at the moment, at least this version of her. Um, but she's cool, man. She's really cool. The only thing I don't like is that this is made of like this rubber material, and you can see the logo that's on her shirt is like starting to chip. That's why I'm gonna put attack one of the Valverse vests on her. I still have to modify it and stuff, but like I said, I doubled up on her because I wasn't sure like what exactly was gonna happen with the quality of these. As you know, you never know. You could always have a Hasbro figure break on you. Um, but yeah, this is what the shirt should look like. This is what she looks like. Like I said, she has just such a pretty sculpted face, man. She has like her little piercings in her ears. She's just really cool, man. And her little braids. And she's actually the daughter of Midas, which I think is cool. Like lore wise. Oh my god, can I get her to stand, dude? Alright, well, okay, she doesn't want to stand. But she is the daughter of Midas, which I think is really cool. Lore wise, I think that's cool. But you know, I really enjoy these figures. I'm just with her. I think the only thing that holds her back is that she has single jointed elbows, and that really sucks. Because everyone else, all the other females have double jointed elbows. I don't know what they were thinking when they were sculpting her. Why they didn't put double jointed elbows in there? Was it because of her tattoos or something like that? I don't really understand, because they could have just put a double joint in there and just kept the tattoos. Like it's possible to do that. Like it has been done, but I don't know. But besides that, she's a very well done figure. Her accessories are really cool too. We'll talk about the twins now. The twins came in a 2-pack. I think they were like the one and only 2-pack that they did for this line. Um, Dio is the brother, which is this guy right here, and then Siona is the sister. They come with these really cool helmets. You can actually take the visors off, which I think is cool. Siona was a battle pass skin. She was in the invasion season, so the space battle pass. Um, Her skin has two different variations. She has this all white astronaut suit, and then she has a pink one. Same thing with her brother, except her brother you can get in the item shop. Um, these are really cool. Like I said, we don't get a lot of astronauts, so when I saw these, I immediately had to get them. I remember like last year, I found only one of them at Target, and it was on clearance, but like it didn't have the clearance sticker, and so I can't remember how much I paid for them, but it was like way less than retail. But Ollie's had them for like $12.99, so that's essentially like $6 and change per figure. And usually the single figures themselves are like $7.99. And both of them come with weapons. They come with their pickaxes, their backpacks, um, and they each come with their helmets. And man, their head sculpts again with Hasbro. The team that was working on these, man, they knew what was up when it came to making sure that the females didn't look all goofy and shit. Like that is a beautifully sculpted head sculpt. You can tell she is. Excuse me. You can tell she's a person of color, which is cool because like representation. It doesn't happen very often, but very cool. She has like the cool green hair, so she's got like kind of an alien thing going on. And then on top of that, the texture for the suit, like look at that. The actual suit has texture, and then all these little different knobs and things like that for the skin. It's awesome, man. She has like these boots, these little pads built into the shins. Like there's a lot going on here, man, and that's dope. This is really cool. She has like a little patch on the side. It's really cool. And she came with a scar, which is cool. Um, and this is what she looks like with the helmet on. And you just press it in there. It has these little tabs on the side. You just push the tabs in, and it looks like that. You can still see your face, but look at all the cool like texturing and stuff on the helmet. Like that is really cool, man. I really like the way that that looks. It is really cool. And then if you happen to already have the Dark Voyager, and you like put him next to her, like look how cool he looks next to the three of them. Like look at that, man. Like they look awesome together. Like they just look really cool. Oh damn it! There he goes. Um, man, everyone is just falling today. They're just making me look bad. But yeah, they look really cool. Like really, really cool. They're very cool. Little space. Um, they're really cool astronauts, and it's cool that they're like brother and sister too. So yeah, like it's a 2-for-1 in terms of the thing. Again, I don't understand why they gave all the other females like double jointed elbows, but Jules and her got single jointed elbows. I still don't understand why they did that. Hasbro still has this tendency to do this shit too. When I get into my sit down, I'm going to talk about this because I had a $5 off coupon for GameStop, and I used that and used some birthday money to buy the Steel Core 2-pack. And the female has single jointed elbows when every other female that's come out in this line, like most recently, has double jointed elbows. And I don't understand why they keep doing this shit. It pisses me off. But anyway, yeah, these look amazing. Like amazing, amazing. So really cool. Again, these are showing up at Ollie's too. Like they are plentiful at Ollie's. So like, yeah, if you're into space figures, yeah, man, get your fix, man. Get your Fortnite fix, man, for that stuff. It's just really cool. Metal Mouth. I actually saw that he was showing up at Ollie's too, which is strange. I got him for regular price off Amazon, like when they first came out. He was in another one that I got. He is really cool. A lot of people were using him as like a fill-in for Firefly before we got him. But I like pairing him up with Firefly. He's really cool. I actually have this skin in the game. He has like a couple of different variations. Like one is like a winter, like snow colors where the mask is white and the accents are blue instead of that black. But he just looks really cool. And a lot of people are mad that like his head movement sucks and all that stuff. But like in the game, you can't lift his head up that much anyway because of all this. So it makes sense that like they sculpted it exactly like it is in the game. So of course he's not going to have head movement because like he's carrying this big ass, piece of armor around his neck to protect his neck. So it's really cool. Um, and he's just really nicely sculpted. So, I've seen him showing up at Burlington. I've seen him showing up at Ollie's. So, and the cool thing is that, like I said, with Midas Rex, so they all come with, well, not all of them, but the ones that had um, handguns for their figures, or I guess their skins had like handguns. All of them come out. Like for him, for Midas, for Mancake, all the guns come out, and they all. Well, this one has the little um, barrel drilled out, so you could actually put effects in it. I've used Valiverse effects for that, so they actually work. They actually work, and it fits in there. You can put the little piece on there. You can plug it in, and it stays in there, man. Like that's not going out. So yeah, he's a really cool figure. I really like him. He's always been one of my favorites from this line. Um, let's see. We'll talk about Brutus here since he wanted to fall over. This is the ghost version of Brutus again. This was from the Secret Agent um, season. It seems like they were doing a lot of these. He's really cool. I like him. I really like his helmet. That it's like that skull. I don't know. He just looks really cool. Like he looks like, I don't know, like a boss or something from John Wick. Um, I kind of like how bulky he is too. Like his legs aren't like super skinny, but like he's like more muscular on top than he is on the bottom. And his dress shoes are actually nicely sculpted too. Like they actually sculpted dress shoes for him, and they painted the belt buckle, and like they sculpted the texture on his dress shirt and the tie and stuff like that. Like those little details are cool, and like they even sculpt little buttons for the wrist collar, the cuffs on the suit. Like that is really cool. And they gave you the little ghost insignia there on his thing. Like very small things like that. Like they weren't necessary, but because you see it in the game, that's how you get it, and that's awesome. I like having him as well, like a brute. You know what I mean? Like I have him as the bigger dude, the bigger bad guy that like beats up people. Um, he has pickaxes too. So him, the twins, Jules, Sky, Midas Rex, Mancake, and the Double Chaos agents, um, or the Chaos Double agents, excuse me. They came with pickaxes, backpacks, and guns. The only one that did not come with a pickaxe was Tiantina because she came with a glider. Only Sky, Tiantina, and Jules come with their gliders. Everyone else did not come with a glider. So I just want to point that out. If you happen to be one of those people that is into the Fortnite stuff and you want the gliders and stuff like that, I just want to let you know about that. But he is cool. I do have a QC issue with mine though. I didn't notice it until I started posing him around. But like his arm likes to pop off. If you move it too much, it just pops off. It's weird. That is just something to just take note of, just in case. You happen to find one, just make sure. That is a pretty easy fix, though. I think all you have to do is just get some clear nail polish and put it on that joint. Heat up the arm and then just pop it in there and then run under cold water real quick. Like wait for the arm to get like kind of soft and gummy, and then run it under cold water once you pop it in there, and it'll harden, and it won't do that anymore. So I just haven't done that because I wanted to point that out as just a precaution. Um, And then with him, his backpack is very strange. It's like this weird, big, bulky thing with a ghost symbol on it. Um, and then for some particular reason, he comes with these as his pickaxe. It's like it's very odd. Like very, very odd. He comes with a hammer and a cleaver as his pickaxes. It's just very strange. Like, is he torturing people? Like, I don't understand. But that's what he comes with. You know, that's what he comes with. And then he came with the target range, which was interesting. And he came with this, which is probably the coolest accessory they could come with. So this is like it's a ghost chest, is what it's called. So it's kind of like, I guess for that season, it was like what do you call it? Like a loot chest. And so you slide the sides and you open it up, and on the inside you get a scoped assault rifle, and then you get the minigun, and you get the pieces to actually build. You can actually take it out, and then on top of that, if you really wanted to, you could actually lift this up, and you have all, and there he goes. And you have all that down there to store weapons. So if you have extra like McFarlane weapons or Valaverse weapons, GI Joe weapons, stuff like that, you can just store them down there and store that in with the other, with these other weapons. So you get like a minigun and stuff like that. That's cool, man. That's really cool to have as like a little background, a backdrop piece, stuff like that. So yeah, Brutus is really cool. Big bad guy for you to have. Now the Chaos Double Agents. These are fun. These are repaints of the Chaos Agents, which I don't have yet. Those I wanted at least 2 or 3 of for my Baroness, because I wanted to use them for Cobra, because they're like red and black. They're Cobra colors. These I actually like because they look like James Bond villains. They look like something you would see in James Bond movies, like a 007 movie. Like something that should have popped up in like Goldfinger or something because of the white and gold color scheme. But these are cool. I like them. They're like a cool little kind of army builder if you wanted to. I only picked up 3. I've seen a lot of them at Ollie's. The only reason why I picked up 2 was usually if worst came to worst and they didn't have anything that I was looking for, I usually just grabbed 1 as like a kind of compensation. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they didn't have anything, but hey, they had a Chaos Double Agent. And my army building number is 3. But these are cool, man. They're really cool, and they come with these Tommy guns. They're called drum guns in the game, I guess, because they can't call them Tommy guns for some legal reason. But they come with these Tommy guns, and they're really cool. They have like this really cool wrap on them, like a gun wrap. I don't know what it's called. I'm not that deep into Fortnite, but they're really cool, and I love the head sculpts this particular character. I like the head sculpts. Again, look at the detail on the suits. They painted the buttons for the suit jacket. They painted the buttons for the cuffs. If I remember, I think one of them has like the little. Like he's got like a little handkerchief in there. They painted the trim for the pockets. They painted, they did a lot of what's it called, like extra details that they really didn't have to. And then for his hands, see how they're gold? Well, with these were the only ones that got this. The regular Chaos Agents did not get this accessory. They only gave it to this variation of the Chaos Agent. If I can get him to stand up, please don't fall. Yeah, I kind of have to mess with him a little bit. These dress shoes, for some reason, the dress shoes, man, they've been giving me issues. They've been giving me issues, and I don't know why. Stand right there. Okay, so, like I said, they all come with backpacks. Well, the majority of them come with backpacks. No, almost all of them come with backpacks. A majority of them come with pickaxes. There's a few exceptions. And then a majority of them come with guns. There's a few that didn't come with guns. These came with this extra head sculpt, which is really cool. Because it's a variation for the skin in the game. I actually own the skin. And so if you don't like these gas masks in the game, you can switch it. So you can have them off and you can have their heads floating like this. Because they're made of gold. The Chaos Agents, the regular ones, they have like black, like they're made of sludge or ooze or something like that. So it's really cool that you get these. For me though, I'm not going to be using these. I like the gas masks looks for these. The only thing is that what I had figured out was if you move, I can't remember if it's this one. One of them I had already done it, but if you move their heads, like if you move their heads, the it was for this one. So if you move their heads too much, like to the side, the nozzles want to pop out. So what you have to do is you have to pop these out, put a little bit of super glue in the portholes, and then plug them in, and then push on them for a couple of seconds, and then the head can move. Like you can actually get it to move side to side, and the hoses won't pop out. So it's weird. On the regular Chaos Agents, it doesn't happen, but on these ones, for some reason, they do. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. But their pickaxes are cool too, because it's the same one as the Chaos Agent. It's just in gold and black instead of in black and red, I think. So really cool. Still cool. I like it. Really fun little henchmen, I guess you could say, like henchmen, minions. They're really cool. Like I would say if you have the Agent Peely from Jazzwares, it would be cool to have them like fighting him. Since they had Peely in like a 007 suit, looking very dapper. And then these are the backpacks that they come with, which are like these little kind of canisters. You can see like the ooze is kind of seeping out of it. Very cool effect, man. And all the paint is on point for all these, I will say. Now we're kind of starting to wrap up with this. There's one that I'm not going to put in this video because, well, there's two. Lynx, because I have to replace that Lynx. And then Bush Ranger, because I haven't gotten him in the mail yet. I'm waiting for BX to send him to me because he was able to find him at his Ollie's and he hooked me up with that as a late birthday present. So thank you, sir. He will probably get his own video because he is just a really cool figure and I feel like he deserves a review. So the last figure is... Alright, the last one we're going to take a look at is Man Cake. I had actually got this for Hot Cheeto Fingers for our Secret Santa gift exchange that we did last year. I got him Man Cake and I got him Sky, and he took a couple of cool pictures with them. But Man Cake has really grown on me, man. I really like him. He's really cool. I like the Western figures. It kind of sucks that we didn't get like Calamity or Deadeye, or I'm sorry, not Deadeye, Deadfire, and the other kind of cowboy-looking characters. It kind of sucks we didn't get those, because again, Hasbro just fucking killed the line before it started. But this looks incredible. I mean, it is the pancake with no name. It is the Flapjacks with no name. Like, he's literally like what is it called? Like a gunslinging pancake man, and that's awesome. Like as weird as that sounds, is really cool. I could tell they had a lot of fun with making this figure. You could tell, but they put a lot of detail into this guy. From the trimming on his hat, you can see the stitching on the all around his hat, the texture for the bandana or the neckerchief, um, the sticks of butter as the bandolier, the little kind of flannel looking tablecloth is like the what's it called? Like it's tucked into his pants. The 6 shooters, which you can actually take out. His cowboy boots. Look at that, the little tassels on the side of his chaps. Look at that. They even sculpted, and they painted the little spurs on his boots. That's awesome. And then on his hat, he has like his little syrup dripping down. And I have him with this head sculpt because it has the cowboy hat. But he comes with another one. I will show you it. But I like this one. He has like he looks angry. He looks mad, and he's got like the little handlebar mustache. Like they took all the stereotypes of like Western, like spaghetti westerns, um, and stereotypical stuff you would see associated with the Wild West, and they gave it to you in Pancake Man form. This is the other head. It looks okay. He still looks mad, and he has the little stick of butter on his head. And it's cool because, like, if you look at the what's it called, the texture of it, it looks like it's like dripping down. I just think that's funny as hell that he's he's made of pancakes. It's like Pancake Man. Um, like I said though, the 6 shooters, they can actually come out of the holsters. They can actually come out of the holsters. You can actually have them hold them. It's I do hate that they didn't drill the holes in there for you to be able to put blast effects, because that would have been cool to have it like a smoking effect for those. But it is cool as hell though that you could actually take those out and have him use those. Um, he comes with his backpack, which is somewhere around here. I might have forgot to dig it out, but it's like let me see if it's in here. I must have forgot to dig it out of here. It's like buried in my yeah, it is. I can see it right here. It's like buried in here. This is his backpack. It is a stack of what you think is money, but then you turn it to the side and it's like this busted bag of money, but it's flapjacks with syrup pouring out of it, and that's his backpack. Very nicely detailed. You can tell they even sculpted the texture on the bag. It's really cool. And then his pickaxe is like this old school. It's like this old school lever action rifle, and it has little pancakes through it, and it also has syrup and butter. And then the other accessory he came with, which made me laugh when I saw it, he comes with this little bottle of syrup, but the way that he holds it is how a cowboy would hold like a flask, like a whiskey flask. It's just really funny to just see him with this. Like he's just holding it like it's a whiskey flask. I just think that's funny. It's like a little humorous. It's like a little adult joke put into it that like only adults are gonna get. But like you can have him sit there, like he's holding a little whiskey flask, but in reality it's like a bottle of syrup. It's so great, man. And it has like little pancakes on the side. Oh, it's so cool. And the little syrup spilling out of it. It's just really cool, man. I love that. I just love it. It's so different, man. Like I said, it's different, it's unique, and it's just so cool. And I think he was like $10 or $12, I think, at Ollie's. So again, way cheaper than what you would pay for them. What you would have paid for them at retail. Um, and I love that. Now we get into the big. This is what we wrap it up with. This is where we end it. This is where we end it with what I never thought I would have found at Ollie's. And I found this on my birthday. This is what I'm telling you. Call it a birthday miracle, call it birthday luck, call it what you will. But I found the fucking Fortnite boat. And they only had two of them. And I almost didn't see this when I left. When I went to go check out, I almost didn't see this. And I saw it out of the corner of my eye. And I couldn't believe it. Put it in my cart and it came home with me. $14.99. This thing was like $60 or something like that when it first came out, and it was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. This thing is awesome. So you get the boat itself, right? And then you actually can detach it. Let me see if I can like get this to focus on the boat instead of like blurring out. So you can actually detach it from the base. Like the base is water, and it has like the little motor right there, and you can actually plug it in there, and it stays in there. Like it stays securely, so it's like a display stand for this. And then on top of that, you know, if you do photography, and I've taken a couple of pictures with it, it actually looks like it's floating on water, and that's awesome. The little missile actually comes off of it. It's like stuck in there, but yeah, it actually comes off of it. It has some little details to it. You can just plug it back on there, and it stays on there. This back here, I don't know why this little winch moves for some reason, but it does. And then these actually move. So just like in the game, you can press them down for when you're just using it in regular mode. And then if you want to use it with the boosters, you just push down and they pop out, and you can use them with the boosters. And then if you have like the transformer effects I've seen people use with these, you can actually plug those into the holes and you can actually use them. And then they have these little pegs on the boat, and you could actually fit about 7 Fortnite figures on here if you place them right. But yeah, you know, you can actually put Valaverse figures on here. I've put Classified Series figures. You can see I have Helix sitting in there. The steering wheel moves. The seat moves. It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I love it. So yeah, man, this is $15, and it even has a lot of paint detail and all that stuff on it too. But I've had a lot of fun messing around with this. Like I said, I've put Valaverse figures on this. I had Eclipse on here. I had the Steel Core on here from the 2-pack, which when I do my sit down, I have some words to say about these, because they're cool, but like they piss me off with the female. That's all I will say. They piss me off with the female figure. So yeah, like I had one right there, and then I had Eclipse right standing somewhere where Anashi doesn't want to stand. Or it's always when I'm like wrapping up and shit that they never want to fucking stand. Alright, and then put the other one right there. Bam! Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. So you can fit quite a few in here, you know? And I've seen some people want to paint these as Cobra Stingers if you wanted to, or Stingrays. You could do, or hydrofoils, wow, excuse me. So yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. But yeah, that is pretty much my overview of the Fortnite Victory Royale series. Overall, I love these figures. It's a damn shame that the line had to. It's a damn shame the line had to be cut when it did, because these figures, man, are just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal figures. They're a lot of fun, and you can pretty much find them at any Ollie's that you go to. I'm telling you, man, I will rep Ollie's like forever, because they came in the clutch so many times with me trying to find certain ones and being able to double up on them for a discount. They're just phenomenal figures. So that is all I gotta say for this one. You know, stay tuned, because yeah, I have the update video. That's where I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Zorana and the Crimson Guards, and the Steel Corps, the not Steel Brigade, and I'll make sure to mention Bush Ranger in that one too, and I'll give him his own review. But yeah, that is pretty much it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the update video, and as always, take care of yourselves, take care of others, and 112 out.
Here comes a new